All right, welcome. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on something that's, well, it's totally fundamental to Python. Modules and the tool that brings them all to you, pip. If you've ever looked at a huge complex application and wondered, how on earth did they build that so fast? You're about to find out the secret. I mean, just think about it for a second. Let's say you're building some incredible AI, and you need to find the average of 10 numbers. Would you really want to stop everything you're doing just to write a little program for that? Of course not. And that is the exact problem that modules solve. So what are modules really? At the end of the day, they're just code libraries. That's it. They're collections of code that other people have already written, already tested, and already perfected. And you can just borrow them and plug them right into your own programs. It's kind of like having this whole army of expert developers just waiting for you to call on them. Okay, so to really wrap our heads around this, let's use a simple analogy. Just imagine that your Python environment, everything you're working with, is like a brand new house. You've just moved in and you're getting ready to make it your own. Right, so think about any house you've ever been in. There are some things that are just there, the essentials, like a fridge or some plates and spoons. But then there's all the other stuff, the milk, the bread, the groceries. For those, you gotta go out to the store and get them yourself. And honestly, this is the perfect way to think about Python modules. And this whole house idea, it's actually a brilliant way to break down the two main types of modules in Python. It all comes down to what's already in the house versus what you've got to go fetch from the store. First up, you've got your built-in modules. These are the foundational tools that come standard with every single Python installation. They're like the plates and spoons. Think of something like the Hashlib module, which handles encryption. It's considered so essential that it's just there, ready to go, no extra steps needed. Then you have the external modules. Now, these are the cool, specialized tools that the global Python community has built. We're talking about the heavy hitters for data science, artificial intelligence, web development, all that fun stuff. You have to intentionally add these to your project, just like you'd go to the store for specific groceries. Okay, so that leads us to a pretty obvious question, right? If you need to get these special tools from this internet store, how do you actually get them into your Python house? Well, the answer is a little three-letter word, pip. And you can think of pip as your personal shopper for code. Seriously. You just give it a shopping list, and it zips out to the internet, finds exactly the right packages, and brings them right into your Python setup. It handles all the logistics for you. And the process? It's unbelievably simple. You figure out which external module you need for your project, you pop open your terminal and tell pip its name, and that's it. Pip does the rest. It finds it, downloads it, and installs it correctly so your Python code can actually use it. So, let's get practical. What does this actually look like when you're coding? It really boils down to just two simple commands that unlock all this power. Step 1, you open up your terminal, and you tell pip to install whatever package you need. In this case, we're installing Pandas, which is this powerhouse library for data analysis. Just one command, and pip is off to the races. Okay, step 2. Once that module is installed on your computer, you just hop into your Python script and use the import keyword, followed by the module's name. This little line, import pandas, is basically you telling Python, hey, all that cool stuff inside the pandas library, make it all available for me to use right now. But what happens if you get ahead of yourself? What if you try to import a module before you've actually installed it with pip? Well, you'll get this super common error, module not found. And Python is being really helpful here. It's basically shouting, hey, I looked all over the house for this thing, and it's not here. This whole system with modules and package managers, it's not just some nice little feature. It is the absolute secret sauce to Python's incredible power. It's why it's become such a giant in the tech world. I mean, think about it. By using modules, you're saving yourself so much time. You're using code that's already been tested, written by experts, which just slashes the chances of you making a mistake. This lets you stop reinventing the wheel and actually focus on the unique, creative part of your project. And hey, this isn't just some theory. This powerful ecosystem is exactly why the biggest names in tech, we're talking YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all rely on Python for their most critical systems. This is so true that there's a saying in the Python community that really hits the nail on the head. Because it's so versatile and has this massive library of tools, the real question isn't who uses Python, it's who doesn't use Python.
So here's the bottom line. When you understand modules and pip, you're not just learning a bit of Python syntax. No way. You are getting the keys to a global library of code built by millions of developers. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?